Hello friends and welcome to yet another captivating session of Wisdom Zone, and this is Shubro, and I'm quite sure you have already guessed it that today I have the 11th session on English conversation practice, and today I'm gonna discuss simple, compound and complex sentences, and I'm gonna show you the exact sentence structure and how to form simple, compound and complex sentences with examples. So it is my request to all the viewers, please watch this video carefully to learn all the sentences I'm gonna discuss today. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait and immediately subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon to get the first notification. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. So friends, welcome back once again to this exhilarating video on English conversation practice, and today I'm gonna discuss simple, compound and complex sentences. Before I go ahead, let me inform all the viewers that I have provided the previous 10 links on English conversation practice in the description. So if you haven't checked them yet, do not forget to check the previous videos given in the description. So without further ado, let's get started with today's discussion. So friends, as I have promised, today I'm going to discuss simple, compound and complex sentences. So before that, let me remind you that I'll give you some important examples. Please go through the examples and make sentences yourself also, so that you can understand the right use. So friends, at first I'm gonna go ahead and discuss simple sentence. As you see on your screen, simple sentence. So let me tell you, a simple sentence is a sentence which has only one independent clause. When you see only one independent clause in a sentence, that's called a simple sentence. They are quite common, and I think people who have just started learning spoken English, please focus on simple sentences. Try to construct more and more simple sentences because they are quite useful. So I already mentioned that it has only one independent clause. That means it conveys only one complete thought in that particular sentence. So let me show you some basic examples of simple sentences. As you see, the first one, I bought a mobile. So it's a very simple sentence, is conveying one message and there is only one independent clause. Same with the second one, Sam plays tennis. So it's completely independent and it's just one independent clause. And the next is Tom plays the guitar, and I can easily understand the message here, and there is only one independent clause. Apart from that, we also use some compound objects, compound verb and compound subjects in simple sentences. Important things to notice is that simple sentence is referred as an independent clause because it can also stand by itself as a complete sentence. Even though we can use compound verb or compound object or compound subject, but it can stand independently on its own. So let me show you some examples. As you see, the first one, Sam plays and enjoys tennis. So I'm quite sure it's clear here. I'm using two verbs, plays and enjoys, but one independent clause which is very clear. Same with the next one. As you see, Sam and Tom love sports. So here I am using compound subject. You see, I'm talking about two individuals, Sam and Tom, but the clause is independent and it can stand on its own. And the last one, as you see, Sam plays tennis and badminton. Here I am using compound object. I'm talking about two things, tennis and badminton. Two objects are used, compound object, but ultimately I'm talking about one particular thing. It's an independent clause. So all these are also examples of simple sentences. Although compound object or compound verb or compound subject is used, still they are simple sentences. Up next, we are going to focus on the second important sentence. As you see, that is a compound sentence. A compound sentence is a sentence in which two independent clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction. In most cases, we use coordinating conjunctions. So let me tell you, I have already made a detailed video on linking words where you will find a correct use of coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions and different types, and that video is also given in the description. So if you want to learn about linking words and conjunctions, please do not forget to check the video given in the description. So I hope you understood that compound sentence is a sentence where we join two independent clauses by coordinating conjunctions. Sometimes we use conjunctive adverbs also, and also semicolon, but in case of spoken English we normally use coordinating conjunctions. If you want to remember coordinating conjunction, you can just simply remember this term fanboys. And I have already mentioned that I have given a detailed video in the description. You can check that video to learn more about conjunctions. So let me show you some examples since you have understood what exactly is a compound sentence where we join two independent clauses with the help of a coordinating conjunction. So as you see the first example, Sean is a doctor and his brother is a teacher. So I am using and joining these two sentences. Two independent clauses are joined here. That Sean is a doctor, this is one clause, and I'm using coordinating conjunction and joining the other clause. His brother is a teacher. It's a very important one, and I hope you understood. Similarly, you see the next one, Tom prepared well, but he failed in the examination. Tom prepared well, this is one clause, and I'm using but coordinating conjunction and joining he failed in the examination, the other clause. So here also I am joining two clauses. I'm quite sure it's crystal clear. And let's see some more examples to clear your doubts. As you see the next one, Tom and Sean came to my birthday party and they brought a nice present for me. So Tom and Sean came to my birthday party. This is one clause, and again I'm using and joining the next clause, that is they brought a nice present for me. So I'm quite sure it's crystal clear. So up next we see the last one. It was raining heavily, so I decided to play an indoor game. So again you see it was raining heavily. This is the first clause, and I'm joining with so, and the next clause is I decided to play an indoor game. This is the other clause. So I'm quite sure it's crystal clear. And so is used here because so is a coordinating conjunction. It tells me the result of something. So it was raining heavily, and as a result of that I decided to play an indoor game. So I'm quite sure it's crystal clear how to make compound sentences. And as I already mentioned, if you want to learn more about coordinating conjunctions, remember this word fanboys. Up next we are going to focus on the third category, that is complex sentences, and also we will see some important examples. So a complex sentence consists of an independent clause and one or more dependent clause or subordinate clause. So there is one main clause or independent clause, and we use one or more dependent or subordinate clause and form a complex sentence. And most of the time use subordinating conjunctions to join the main or the independent clause with the dependent clauses or subordinate clauses. So let me give you some examples, then I'm quite sure it's going to be clear. Please go through the examples. The first one is Sam loves poetry, although his wife loves novels, right? So here I'm using although. I'm quite sure it's clear. Sam loves poetry. This is an independent clause, and I'm joining with although, and the next part is his wife loves novels, right? So that is the dependent clause. So similarly you can see the next one, she was shocked when she heard the news. So she was shocked, this is the independent clause or the main clause, and I'm using when and joining the next part, that is the dependent clause, that she heard the news. So I'm quite sure it's crystal clear. She was shocked, that's the main or independent clause, and I'm using when conjunction and joining the rest part, she heard the news, that is the dependent clause. Similarly you can see the next example, she was studying, this is another example, while her brother was watching television. So here also I am joining with while independent clause, and I'm joining the dependent clause using while. So let me show you another example using because. Because is also a popular subordinating conjunction. So it tells us the reason of something. So let me show you an example. I didn't go out because it was raining. So here again you see that I am using because and joining the independent clause, that I didn't go out, and the reason or the dependent clause is it was raining. So why I didn't go out? Because it was raining. That's dependent clause, and I'm joining with because with the independent clause or the main clause. So at last let's turn our attention towards the last example. Students became
White.
as soon as they saw the teacher. So here again you see students became
White.
This is the independent clause, and I'm using as soon as. It is subordinating conjunction and I'm joining the rest part, that is the dependent clause. They saw the teacher. Okay, so students became
Why?
as soon as they saw the teacher. As soon as is here the subordinating conjunction and I'm joining the dependent clause, that they saw the teacher, right? So like this way we can join and form a complex sentence. So I'm quite sure it's crystal clear how to form simple sentences, how to form compound sentences, how to form complex sentences. I have given so many examples. Please go through them and practice. And if you get time, you can make sentences and comment below. And again, it is my request to all the viewers, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait and immediately subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon to get this type of informative video. So stay tuned for further informative videos and do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.